Hello folks, welcome to Netcruzer RC and a little bit of tech in this one. I'm also uploading from a different location using my phone's LTE signal, which, excuse me, it's telling me right now it has full signal strength, but I don't really know if it's really going to be good or not. So we'll give it a second, see if anyone can join in, if they can see what's happening, and then I'll go through what I just bought because I'm out again buying more stuff. I found some more deals and just some more things that I will probably show details of eventually, but the last few videos have been pretty good of just randomly going through the bags of stuff that I buy on a weekly basis, it seems. Although last week I don't think I did one, but I shouldn't be out buying stuff every single week. I try not to, but yeah, happened again. More stuff went on sale, more stuff went on clearance, coupons. I'm a sucker for deals. What can I say? So yeah, I went out and bought more stuff. Okay, I'll try and stay within the light of my car here. And we'll just go through some of the random things. I went to two places. I went to my local hobby shop, Great Hobbies, and I also went to Staples. So I'm actually out right now at Staples. I'm not sure if you can see, but I just came from Staples. I think you guys have those in the US. Yay, more stuff. Yeah, always more stuff. So I'll talk to you guys about what I got. Since I just showed you I was at Staples, I might as well just do the tech thing first, and then we'll do RC at the end, because I imagine most of you are more interested in the RC stuff. But quickly, tech stuff. If you are in Canada, a really good site for looking for deals is Red Flag Deals. Red Flag Deals Canada. They have a $25 off 75 coupon, and then they also stacks on top of their sales. So I was able to pick up a SSD storage drive. This is the Samsung T5, 500 gigabyte. This is a very small SSD. It uses just a little chip inside of it, but it's USB-C, pretty fast drive. So I got this for like $60 Canadian plus tax. Really good deal. Most of the time I'm editing off of a drive like this. I keep most of my video footage and the editing files on external drives. That way I can move them between computers and carry on with my edit. So it's just a little bit more portable that way. I also think it's safer, so that if your computer completely dies, if your operating system crashes, you still have all your footage and your editing on an external drive. So this is a solid state drive. It's fast. It won't be the fastest one that I have in my repertoire, but I'll make a future video about that, of comparing the Samsung T5 versus one that I've made myself that I also use. So we'll go through that later in the future. That's the end of the tech stuff, although I might go to a computer store next after this little visit. All the rest of the stuff in this bag is RC stuff. Seems like on a weekly basis, more and more stuff is going on clearance. And the last time I was into my hobby shop, I was looking at this and I didn't buy it because it was full price. It's the Tekin hotwire. This one is the 2.0 version. And so it's a little bit older, but previously last week it was going for like $60 to $70. Now it's down to $40. These are all Canadian prices, by the way, so they won't be, they might seem high to you. So this little device allows you to do the advanced programming on a Tekin speed control. And this is the older 2.0 version, so it works with Windows or with Android, and you have to run it over the USB cable, which is included. So you plug it between your electronic speed control and your computer, and then I'll be able to go in there and I'll be able to update the firmware, and I'll be able to tweak every little setting. Much easier than trying to go through those lights that I showed in the last video of you have a series of 7 lights on that speed control that you can try and program some basic things into. This just makes it way easier. So for 40 bucks, pick this up so I can try it out. If you cannot find this and you want a way to program a Tekin speed control, there is a newer, better version, the 3.0, which uses Bluetooth. And then you can get that one, and it'll allow a bit more easier transfer, so you don't have to have a Windows computer. I think that one works with iPhones as well, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but this one works with Windows and Android only, and it has to be wired in the whole time. So to use it with an Android device, you have to have a USB on-the-go cable to wire it in. It doesn't work through wireless. Excuse me. Unlike my Hobby Wing that I also have a programming device for my Hobby Wing, and it is a Bluetooth and a Wi-Fi based programmer, and that one just allows you to wirelessly connect over to your phone and tweak the settings that way. So anyway, I'll play around with this one in the future. I will also make a video of using this just to see what the settings are on that speed control and what we can change. Then, surprisingly, more clearance stuff, and these ones were by Tecno RC, and I was pretty surprised to see that these went on sale because these are brand new parts. These are for the Tecno EB410.2. So that's the newer one that just came out at the end of 2019. I currently run the EB410. So the EB410.2 changed some of the rear hubs, the front hubs, a little bit of the geometry. They moved the rear shocks to the front of the arms. The A-arms have changed. The inner hinge pins changed to a 3.5 millimeter hinge pin instead of a 3 millimeter. So there's a couple of parts there that I wanted to try out that I've confirmed are compatible with the old one. So hey, Breener. So yeah, if you're Sean Breen, I think you did the same thing. These are the variable height adjust rear hubs, and you can run these on the EB410. This is the newer EB410.2. So it has all these little inserts where you can adjust the variable height of the axle. And as far as I know, this does work with the old arms and the old axles. Now, the new car has longer rear axles, which are supposedly for this hub, but Breener79, who's typing in chat right here, I think he has this on his car with the old hub, with the old axles, and they work. So I'm going to do the same thing, and we'll see what changes. So this is part number TK, it's hard to read, TKR6576, if you're looking for the new rear variable height adjustable hubs. Oh, you did get the longer axles. Oh no. Oh no, I might not be able to use these. Well, we'll see. We'll try them out. And then the other change is the front went to a low roll center, I believe, or low roll center front spindles. So these are just, again, just slight geometry changes that allow the front end, well, adjust the roll center to a lower front roll center. Now, I believe the tweak that I did with washers on the front of my car is doing the same thing, because I raised the inner of my camber links, which then lowered the outers. So I believe that did the same thing of like lowering the roll center as what this will do. So I was going to try putting these on, and then I can remove my washer mod, and then I have essentially the front end of a EB410.2. So I want to try that. As far as I know, the rest of the front end didn't really change that much, other than these spindles. These are called spindle carriers, and these are TKR6648. All right, so 2 Tecno parts for my 4-wheel drive buggy. Then 2 other things, and this was kind of a random pickup. I decided I was going to try out some of the Spectrum Smart stuff. So I'm going to convert over one of my batteries to their new connector. This is their IC5. I'm not going to be able to get the smart telemetry out of it, but it just allows me to convert one side of a speed control and one side of a battery over to IC5, which is the equivalent of an EC5 connector. They're backwards compatible, but they do not work with XT90s, even though they're the same type of the size. So I'm going to try playing around with some of the smart connector stuff, and then to go along with that, my first Smart Tech battery. So this is the new Spectrum Smart series of battery. This one just went on sale, and this one is a 2S. I'll pull it out and I'll show you in a second, but this one is a 5,000 milliamp hour 30C hard case LiPo. Just going to pull this out here. So it has the IC5 connector on it, which that's a big connector for a 2S LiPo, so that'll be good. And this will be a direct connect on my Lozi Tenacity DB Pro, because it already has one of these on it. And then I'll be able to play around with it and then see what does it show up in the speed control for the smart data, and what extra like features does it have, because it's quite interesting. These batteries, they have a chip inside of them which monitors things like charge cycles, discharge rate, all of the history of the battery, as well as it has a self-discharge and storage ability, which I have enabled at the store. We plugged it into one of the special chargers and turned that feature on. Out of the box, that feature is turned off on these, but it's called the self-storage. And you can set a time between 0 and 280 days, or no, 8 hours. You can set a time between 0 and 280 hours of when do you want it to go into storage mode. So if you're like me and you charge up a battery and you intend to go out, and then weather gets crap or you get busy, and then you have a fully charged LiPo sitting around and you forget to discharge it or use it, after a set period of time, it'll go automatically into storage mode. So I've set this at the store to after 76 hours, 3 days, to drop to 3.8 volts per cell storage mode. So that's pretty cool. This was on sale for $55 Canadian, which is the price, same price or lower than any other 2S hard cell LiPo. So I thought I would try it out. The only downside to it is that the C rating is a little bit low, but that's a constant rate, and they are known to actually be real 30C, fully discharged. So I don't really have any complaints. This is going to replace one of my older China 2S lipos that I've had that is well used, doesn't have any punch left anymore, and it's going to be thrown away. So I likely will not be racing with this. This is just going to be a 2S bashing battery. But the self-storage thing is pretty cool, because that's the thing with my bashing batteries is I tend to charge them up, and then I get busy and I don't go use them, and then they're sitting around fully charged. So this will save me from doing that. The only downside is when you are ready to go use it, you might have to charge it back up again. The other thing is that this connector has little extra pins in it. You probably can't see them, but it's in the very center. And that is where all the smart data and balance data comes from. So if you buy one of their new smart chargers, you can just plug it in directly with this cable and it'll do everything. It'll do power and do balance and do telemetry. But if you don't want to buy into their charging system, thankfully, they also include a legacy balance port. Traxxas, take note of this. Your little ID connectors don't have a legacy port. So that is also what has made me want to try this, is because I can still charge this and use this on my old style of charger. You do not have to buy a smart charger to charge these, because I will be able to balance charge them off of their legacy style balance connector. The only thing I've realized here is that I don't have a charge lead for my charger. So I might have to use one of the ends that I bought here out of this pack. I might have to solder myself up a charge lead, because I do not have an IC5 set of chargers, charge cables. So yeah, for 55 bucks, I thought I'd give this a try. So look forward to more videos about this stuff in the future. Programming with the Tekin hotwire, some more Spectrum smart stuff with the Lozi Tenacity DB Pro. We'll play around with that. And then upgrading my EB410 with EB410.2 parts. We'll see what works and what doesn't. So I'll have to find out, do I really need to put in the longer rear axles? We'll try it and see. So you know what to do. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified when I upload those videos, because they'll be coming out in the future. I just don't know when, because I don't have a schedule. But yeah, so we'll do follow-ups on all that stuff in the future. I just wanted to show you now that I just picked that stuff up. And yeah, that's it. Right on, guys. I'll just doing this quick. I'm going to head home soon. And yeah, so thanks a lot. Thanks for jumping in, hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys. Hit that like button on your way out. Appreciate it. Thanks. Take care.